Hi, Ignited. So it just happened again. It's Sunday where I am right now. It's Sunday. I just recorded a 30-minute video. And when I played it back, it's music playing. I'm going to attempt, just like I did yesterday, Friday, because I did this Friday where I redid a whole video because it was so much noise in the background. Listen, y'all, I am a real mom out here. And one day, I'm going to have a studio. If not a studio, I'm going to have some type of soundproof room where I'm able to record whenever I want without being distracted as far as the noise in the background. Because I was just at a whole different location and I didn't hear the music when I went in there. I guess I was so focused on what I wanted to talk about to y'all that I didn't pay it much attention. But yes, I just played it back and you can hear the music in the background. And I already know how YouTube is. It's going to be flagged and they're more than likely going to put the video on private or unlisted. And I don't have time for that because this subject here is one that is very important. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Ignited. Once again. So I'm calling this Let Them. And you've probably heard this statement somewhere on social media. And I actually think there's a book called Let Them. But let them. And today I'm talking about romantic relationships. Because men and women are not receiving the treatment that they need to receive. If we go spiritual, the Bible says that when a man and a woman comes together, the two become one, especially when they're talking about getting married. If two becomes one, that means one flesh, one mindset. We share the same vision. Or if we don't share the same vision, I'm working with your vision so close, you can't tell whose vision it is. Because we're such a team. There is no I in team. That's where a lot of people go wrong. My vision, what I'm being told to do, what I want, I know what's best. And you haven't allowed your spouse any room to say anything as if they don't have anything to add to your life. But when you chose them, they had something to add. Even if what they were adding was something that you were getting, which makes you selfish to a point where you were looking at that person, and I'm saying you, so y'all excuse me, but you know what I'm saying? If I'm not talking about you, you chew the meat and spit out the bones. But I'm going to be saying you know. If you're just thinking about, oh, this person do this, and this is exactly what I need. I'm about to marry them. That's selfish. Because at what point did you think what you're going to provide to that person? How you're going to make that person happier? How you can help that person get to the next level? The gifts, talents, and skills that you have, how can you add it to that person to make fireworks in their life? A lot of times people are thinking about themselves. Oh, he or she, they got money. They have status. That's who I want to get with. That's opportunist mindset. That's who I need to be with. Oh, my life about to grow if I get with that person. But you're not thinking about the trauma that they may have. You're not thinking about the emotional support that they need. Their love languages and all this stuff that comes with an individual. It's not just what they're producing. That's what a lot of people look at. They look at the outward appearance first. Oh, she look good. Oh, he looks so good. You looking at the outward appearance and you know, yeah. Oh, I know I can have him on my arm when I go around my friends. He gonna make me look good. We gonna be looking good together. And the same thing for the man. Ooh, a woman like that on my arms, the way she's shaped. Everything is in the right place. She's slim and trim, or she's slim in the waist, the slim in the stomach, thick in the waist. Oh, look at her face, her smile, her teeth white. Oh, all the stuff that people look at, the outside appearance and what people do. But you're not thinking about, you talk about a lifetime if you're talking about marrying somebody. What are you going to do about the in-laws? What are you going to do about the trauma that you don't know about yet? What are you going to do about the illnesses that they may have? What is it called? Precondition issues? Pre-existing issues. What are you going to do about those things? You just looking on the outside. You just looking at she have a business and how the money that she making, she'll probably be willing to invest into your business. You looking at it the wrong way. If you talking about really making a marriage work, having a marriage to really flourish. I don't think it's anything wrong with looking at someone and saying, you know what? They can add to my life and I can add to their life. Okay. But I'm speaking on when you looking at someone and you just thinking about what you about to get from them, like you about to suck them dry. That's selfish. So what I'm talking about is let them, sis. Let them, my brother. Maya Angelou told us a long time ago, when people show you who they are, believe them. You already know about yourself. You have all these issues I just mentioned. And you know that the person that you're with, they're not willing to help you. They're not willing to minister to you. They're not willing to walk the extra mile to support you. But yet you're still trying to make the relationship work at the expense of you getting lower and lower in depression, lower and lower financially deficient. You can barely stomach them when you look at them in their face. You can barely stomach them when you're on top of them or when they're on top of you. Come on, let's be real. Because you can detach in the bedroom now. And you only thinking about getting that climax, but you taking your mind to a totally different place. That's why a lot of people close their eyes. They put their mind somewhere else. They're not even thinking about the person that they with. They're just trying to get that climax. That sound harsh, don't it? It's the truth, though. We still talking about let them. Sometimes you can think when you've get ready to come out of a marriage or post-divorce and you're thinking about the things that your spouse or ex-spouse told you, the negative things. And you feel like you're all alone. Especially if you are a woman. And it can happen to men too. But right now I'm talking about women. Especially women who have been stay-at-home moms, didn't have an income, and now you worried about how you're going to come out on the other side of this thing. Nobody's really talking about or shining light on all the years that you've put in. The money that's been saved because of what you've put in. The fact is, this relationship is breaking up and you have to start over. God bless you when you're starting over and you have kids. But sometimes you can get in the mind state of your ex did this, they did that, they blocking access, and you don't really know how it's going to turn out. In your mind, it don't look good for you. But you know the relationship is not good for you. You know the relationship is toxic. If you continue to stay in it, you're not going to make it too much longer. And I'm talking about physically. You're not going to make it. You've already been through so much and you don't have much left. Everybody should know their breaking point. Y'all listen to me now. Everybody should know their breaking point. And when you realize that, you have to make a move to save yourself. The way relationships start are not the way that they end. They start off high bliss. If you break a fingernail, he trying to fix it. If he needs something, she about to break her neck, leaving work, trying to help her fiance. But years into the marriage, for some people it's months into it, you can't stand the person. They've turned to someone you don't know. You don't recognize them anymore. Praying, fasting, hoping, wishing. Free will, y'all. Listen to me. 2 words. Free will. When you're praying, you're only communicating with the Most High God. Telling God what you want, what you need, how you hurting, or whatever you're talking to God about. But at the same time, let's remember the Christ. That prayer, that's supposed to be one of the model prayers. When he was asking God, let this cup pass from me. Because of what he was experiencing, the pain, the anguish, the pressure on his shoulders. But what did he say at the end? Nevertheless, not my will, but let your will be done. So when we pray, most times we're always asking about our will, what we want, how we're hurting, how we'll be so much happier and we'll be fulfilled if this and that is right. If we get the job, the career, if we're able to have the first kid, if we get the marriage, if the husband straighten up, if our wife do right. Whatever the case is, you're always praying about what you want, your will. But what if we were more like Christ? I'm getting excited now, y'all. What if we were more like Christ and we said, nevertheless, not my will, God, but let your will be done? What if on the other side of that bad, toxic relationship is somebody who's going to value you? What if on the other side of your stress, anguish, and pain is peace? But you're so accustomed to holding on to that. That woman, that man is all you know. You've been with them for a long time. It's hard letting go of what's familiar, even though it can be toxic. It's hard letting it go. You're scared to be out there on your own. But what you keep seeing, what you keep experiencing is their character. As I said, free will. Sweetheart, we can pray, cry, get on the prayer list, fast with a team. You can do all of that. But God is not changing anybody's will. People have to want to change. Yes, God can touch somebody's heart. He can. I don't doubt that. But if he's going to bombard somebody's will and make them do what their spouse is praying for, no, then you don't have free will then. If God is going to make you change, that means you don't have free will. It means you are a robot. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you waste your time when you sit up praying and crying and fasting about it when Maya Angelou told you. And so many scriptures told you. Actions are going to speak for itself. What a person is presenting, this is who they are. After you've done all that praying and crying, going through the silent treatment and all that, the person is still showing you what? Who they are. You've talked to them about what you don't like, huh? You've sent them an email. You've used a different tone. You've came at them in a totally different way. You've went and got counseling and advice from other people to try to give you a better way to say it. You've wrote a list down. You have given analogies and examples to this person that you love. And what do you get in return? They might give you what you want for a week or two. Some people may last a month. And then what? They go back to being who they are. You can't change character. The individual has to change themselves. Not you begging and crying for it. The individual has to want it for whatever reason. You may not be their reason to change. Maybe a life-altering event may be their reason to change. Everybody has reasons for why they do things. And baby, unfortunately, you may not be enough reason for someone to change. No matter what you can throw out. Well, I've been there for you all these years. I did this. You told me you desired that. I was this type of woman for you. I was that type of man. I stood up for you. I struggle love. We've endured so much together. Baby, to a person who don't want to give you what you say you need, you could say what you need until you're blue in the face. They're not giving it to you until they are ready. I know it's hard to accept, but I need you to look around. I need you to accept truth. Now, you might be changing to appease that man, that woman, but I'm telling you, everybody ain't like that. If that was the case, the divorce rate wouldn't be so high. The dating pool wouldn't be so nasty. If you had a lot of selfless people in the world. A lot of people are thinking for themselves, thinking about themselves. I got to get me. And you know why that is? Especially with some women. They've been let down so much, abandoned, and lied to. When I tell you, when you put your everything, which we're not supposed to do according to the word of God, when you put your everything into a human being, okay, that's idolatry. Idolatry is a sin. And what? The wages of sin is what? Death, destruction. It could be the destruction of that relationship you in. You don't put nobody before God. And it's difficult to try to love 100% on a person and love 100% on God. That's hard to do. Why? Because a lot of human beings require more than God. God don't got you out on the street, barely eating. You can barely make it, barely sleep at night trying to do his will. No, that's not the way that God do things. But a person will. They want you to struggle with them. They want you to go all the way to the end with them. Spend more money. Put your name down. Let me use your credit to get me a car. Put money on my books while I'm sitting up in jail, in prison. Help me with my parents. Help me with my kids that are not yours. They want you to do all this stuff. And what do you get in return, baby? It's really no benefit. And then you still get left. After you've done all of that, you still get disrespected. After you've done everything that they wanted you to do, they're still not willing to honor you. So when you notice it, the last thing I put up was a short, y'all. If you go to my shorts section, when I'm talking about the red flags, when people show you what it is, come on, are you going to believe them or your delusion? When things get better, they will get better. Not because you hoping for it. Things will get better when they get better. And until they get better, you need to get yourself in a predicament where you can breathe, where you can have some peace, where you can have some things to look forward to. And you're not around here slaving for nobody. You're not around here starving yourself, being deprived, being abandoned for the sake of what y'all say, love and relationship. That ain't it. A lot of these people are requiring more of you than God is. God is not requiring all of that. A lot of people can't even follow God because they lovers got them in the headlock. You don't even have time to serve God. You too busy trying to make sure they straight all the time. When you wake up, it's about that person. Midday, it's about that person. When you come home at night, it's about that person. When you can barely sleep at night because you dreaming about this person and how you can make them happy. And they never will be. I'm just letting that information sink in. Because y'all know I talk fast. So I'm letting that sink in. Let them. You can spend a lot of time. Well, they did this to me, internet. How am I going to make it through? I just don't know what I'm going to do. Because this person did this, I'm in this predicament. How is that going to change your situation right now? Change what you can change and let the rest go. Let them go. They don't want to help you out? Okay. Find another way. They don't want to support you like you supported them? Okay. Let them. Find another way. They don't want to love you and reciprocate like you did for them? Let them. Find somebody else. Be by yourself for some time. so you can rebuild your confidence, so you're not a broken magnet attracting a bunch of broken people, attracting people who are looking for somebody that they can take advantage of, looking for somebody who has low self-confidence, looking for somebody who is a giver, who don't have any limits on their giving, because takers don't have any. People know when they are opportunists. They know when they're takers. That's why they look for people who are givers. Come on, this thing it's logical. Opposites really do attract, y'all. Opposites really do attract. But you want the right opposites to be attracted, huh? If you have a hard time following through, you want to get with somebody, their follow-through game is on point. They can help you in that area. If you're struggling with how to budget, get with someone who knows how to do that, because they can help you build your money. You don't know anything about investing? Get with someone who does. They can help you. The right opposites can work, I'm telling you. But not the opposites where you are a giver, and you're attracting a taker. Sir, ma'am, you about to be on the ground, starved. No money in the bank, defaulted. Because they'll find a reason to manipulate your mind into thinking that if you don't give it to them, they're not going to make it. And a lot of people have discovered the same people who made you feel like they couldn't make it without you are making it without you. And you still trying to rebuild your life after they made a mess of it. Let them. We all have needs. Needs don't just go one way. In a relationship, we all have needs. One person's need being satisfied and the other one not. No, ma'am, no, sir. It can't go like that. It can't go like that. I understand that things happen. There are phases in life when one person may be giving more than the other, but there needs to be an understanding. I'm not operating at 100% right now, but I'm coming. You know I'm coming. I'm showing up in these other ways until I'm able to show up in 100% in other areas. To me, that is acceptable, depending on what we're talking about. I'm not able to show up financially like that, but I'm sharing in a task at home. If you need help on the car, I got that. If anything go wrong, I got that. If you need help with documents, let me do that. I'm really good with that. In whatever area where it's lack, let me show up in that area until I can build the finances up. That works. But when you're dealing with somebody and they feel like a weight around your ankle, they feel like crowbars on your shoulder, something is not right. There is an imbalance, and you have to let them. Let them what, Internet? Let them go. Let them go figure out their life without weighing you down. The Bible tells us to lay aside every weight that's holding us back. Lay it aside. You can't praise and worship God for this person. You need to let them go. Sometimes the time and investments that you've made, that'll keep you from walking away from some people. But you know what? The longer you stay, you don't even realize the blessing that's on the other side of letting that thing go. Because you don't think you're worth more. You think your life is wrapped up in that one person when it's not. Baby, your mind need to be free. You need to be liberated up here and in your spirit. That's why studying the word of God is important. Knowing the price that Christ paid for you. Knowing how God feel about you. You were bought with a price. The price was the Christ's blood that was shed for you. I don't believe that anybody that God gave us a shot to come to this earth to constantly be stressed out, constantly trying to appease everybody else, and you sitting right here depleted. You sitting right here exhausted. You can't get your needs met, but everybody else that you have served, they walk around with a smile on their face, and you walk around here looking crazy. Putting the best on the outside, but on the inside, you screaming, ah! It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And the same people you help, and they'll turn around and tell you, well, I didn't ask you for anything. You didn't have to do that for me. You did that because you wanted to. I didn't force you. Baby, you better let them, because I'm telling you, people are finicky. I'd rather be respected than to be loved. I remember Dietrich Haddon was asked that question in an interview. Do you rather be respected or loved? And he said, I'd rather be respected because love is finicky. As long as people love you, they showing up. But say something that they don't like. Come against their lifestyle. Let them take offense with something. You had no ill intent, but they found some type of way to be offended. And instead of them having a conversation with you, they choose not. They don't love you no more. They can't respect you no more. Now they acting funny. Now they pulling back resources. Now they telling you secrets. Love is finicky, baby. Love is finicky. The same people who say they love you, they're the same ones who will walk off and leave you. They'll leave you thirsty and they got a case of waters in the trunk. They'll leave you hungry and they got a Big Mac in the front seat. But when people fall out of love with you, when they no longer care and value you, expect the worst. Expect the worst. Love with people is very conditional. Very conditional. I'd rather have respect. When love had nothing to do with it. The person was treating you like a transaction. Baby, let them. Let them be who they are. Let them go and be with somebody else. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. That's not life, man. It's not life. I hope I've said something that has ignited you in some way, shape, or form.